Latia James, Brand Strategy Director at Heritage Digital. In today's digital world, your first line of defense is going to be your staff. Joining us today, we have the pleasure of our CEO, Marty Parker, to talk about how critical this is to make sure not only that your first line of defense is ready and available, but that they also have the tools necessary to be that line of defense. Marty, let's get right into it. What is cybersecurity awareness training, and why should businesses prioritize it?
This training is what is needed by businesses to make sure that their employees are prepared for the latest and greatest in the cyber, bad actor events out there. As long as there are bad actors out there thinking, there are always going to be new ways that they're going to be attacking. This cybersecurity training will enlighten your employees as to the methodology, the way the bad actors think. The more aware they are of the potentials, the more careful they will be with your data. So it's to protect your data is the intent.
Oh, yeah, that is most definitely a reason to prioritize it, to protect your data, because your data is your lifeblood. How can businesses effectively train their employees without disrupting daily operations?
Cyber awareness training is best used in a live environment because it's important that the employees are not preparing themselves for this training. What I mean by that is part of the training is actually to try to entice them into clicking on a bad link. It's not going to impact your business because it's not a true bad link. It is just something to entice them to see if they are aware of how these bad actors work.
You mentioned about clicking on a bad link. Does that mean, from a heritage standpoint, that we usually send out emails to people when we're doing the training, or do we do text messages, or is there kind of like a mix of things? Are there other options?
We send out emails that are suspicious looking emails in the eyes of someone who's been trained, but they look just like a regular email from a vendor that you normally would work with. It's only the things that we've trained them on that would prevent them from clicking on it. And the example I give you, one of our customers recently was being enticed to pay a $2,500 upgrade fee for their accounting package. This was a CPA firm, and they were looking at this and going, this doesn't make sense. And so they called us. That was because we had been sending them these messages that they were immediately prepared to respond with appropriate defenses of calling their support and asking, what is this? Is this real? Should I be paying $2,500 for this upgrade? In fact, what we found was that the bad actor was actually on the phone with them when we got there. My guy basically engaged with him on another phone while he's telling the bad actor he's doing one thing. He's calling up the vendor and he's having them lock in, and they actually identified who the bad actor was. It's only because we had prepared them in training that we were able to actually thwart that issue.
Well, bravo to our team for being able to react to that. Also, congratulations to our client for being alerted to that mentally. I'm listening to you and thinking about that's almost like a digital form of the fire drill. You're constantly being under your desk or hide in the hall or different things, knowing the escape route, knowing what to look for. It's kind of like getting that mental ready so that you kind of almost stay on high alert for when those emails or those text messages come across. I like that, yes. What are the most common security awareness gaps you see in businesses today?
The most common today is probably awareness. I think most business owners think that's being handled by their IT or their IT department, their IT company that's supporting them. They think that it's all being handled. If they really got down and looked at what was being covered and what was not being covered, it would probably amaze them. I think they should be fearful of the fact that they're not covered appropriately. I've mentioned in talks before about having off-site backups. That's an important piece to being able to restore. Well, you need to have your employees aware of what cyber threats are out there on the horizon for them, because if they don't know what to look for, they don't know how to defend against it. It only takes one click. Phishing email is responsible for 85% of the ransomware attacks that occurred in 2023. But it only took one person clicking on that email to initiate that process. Another statistic that comes to mind is that 1 in 5 employees will click on a bad link. 1 in 5. I mean, you've got a 20% chance of being hit. That's a fact in 2023. So the way you can prevent that from happening in your environment, in your business, is to make sure that you're training your employees on not doing that. One of the basic ones is, if I didn't ask for that file, that attachment, if I didn't ask for you to send it to me, I need to pick up the phone and call you and say, did you intentionally send this to me?
Right.
I mean, should I be looking at this? Sure, it's an extra step and it's a waste in your mind, but the cost benefit is huge if you as opposed to clicking on a bad link.
No, all makes sense. Those statistics are astounding. Last thing here, what's your advice for businesses just starting to implement a security awareness program?
Start. Again, I think the important thing is to get started. If you're aware of the fact that cyber risks are real, then you're a step ahead of many. And the main thing is to start the process. Find out what methods you can implement. What can you afford to do? What is the best risk reward? How much risk are you willing to accept on your side by not providing training to your employees? That's really what it boils down to, is your determination of how much risk am I going to take on as a business by not being prepared.
I hope most people will say not much risk, and they will decide to sign up for some type of cybersecurity awareness training. Marty, we want to thank you for taking time away from your busy schedule, not only to talk with us about the cybersecurity awareness training, but just take part in this series altogether to help. I know that is something near and dear to your heart, not only from now, but also our monthly events as well. Thank you again for taking that time. For you business owners, if you do need assistance, either starting your cybersecurity awareness training or refining them or having someone partner with you, please reach out to us at Heritage Digital. Our telephone number is 843-699-01, or visit us online, heritagedigital.com. Thank you so very much. Talk to you soon.